Hi everybody, welcome back. So today I'm going to do the video that I promised to Palmer and Rusty and show off the Liquitex Gel Medium that I use for basing at times. I don't always do this, but I do use it quite a bit. So I went and prepared. Let me try that sentence again, Victor. I went and prepared some bases and just different ways that I have used this medium. But let me explain what this is in case you aren't sure. So Liquitex makes this matte gel medium, okay? And essentially, it's a heavy body translucent gel. So it comes out of the canister white, and then when it dries, it's clear. And you can mix it with paint. You can sculpt with it. You can add water to it. You can thin it. It's for acrylics only. Do not mix it with any sort of enamels or oils. It's not made for that. Generally, artists will use this on paintings and things like that to create structure. Okay, if they want brush strokes and things like that to be retained, they can put this on there. You can also use this to mix with paint to make the paint go farther, right? So you can add it, if you have only a little bit of paint, but you need it to stretch a little bit, you can mix this with it and that'll help. So I primarily use this for basing. Let me show you what this stuff looks like. So comes out of the thing white, dries clear. And the reason why I'm showing you this is the last Musty Wargamers show, there was a discussion about the Vallejo and AK mediums that they have for creating like mud textures and things like that. And I said, this stuff is really good for that. And overall, it's relatively inexpensive. So this bottle cost me about $10 at the local art supply store. You can pick these things up at Michael's and Joann's, which are craft stores and fabric stores here in the US. And if you grab a coupon or when they're on 50% off, you can get them for about $5. This 8 ounces, I've had this, well, both of these things for about 10 years. Okay. One of those small bottles from AK or Vallejo costs you about $6 or $7. It won't last nearly as long. Just to give you an idea, so this is just a matte gel, right? This one's a little bit heavier, and what they mean by heavier is it's thicker. And you can actually see the difference. It's a little bit thicker, so it's got better building and sculpting abilities, and I'll show you that in a second. Okay, show you what I mean. Again, both of these jars cost me, like I said, probably about $10. I can't remember if I got them on sale or not anymore. And they're both about 10 years old. So I highly recommend this. But let me show you what I've done with this stuff. So move that to the side. Let's do some of this. So here's just some simple basing. I mixed some burnt umber and black acrylic paint. I then smeared it on with this little palette knife. And then because it's a gel, it'll stick to the base. I turned it over, put it into my little ballast concoction, and it's rock hard now. And I did this, actually everything you're going to see in this video, I did last night at about midnight, and it's now 7:30 in the morning here. So, you know, it only took probably less than 5 hours for this to dry. You'll notice there's no shrinkage either, right? It's where I put it, and that's where it stayed. There's just a smaller base. This is, you can see some of the white or the clear here, because I did this before I had mixed paint with it. I just wanted to show you a little bit of a difference. Okay. This obviously, with the paint in it, definitely tones it down, right? Makes it disappear. This way, if you want it to be a little bit brighter, you know, you can see it in here. Okay. I took some figures that I wasn't going to paint, and this stuff actually adheres the figures to the bases really well as well. It works just as well, if not better, than PVA glue. So again, just mixed it with some paint. Now, while you're doing this, you can, you know, while this is still wet, you can add flocking and other stuff to it like this. Okay, so you can do all of that while you're working with it. And again, it just takes a few hours for it to dry. You'll notice on the edge, you know, I didn't quite cover it completely, but you know, there's no shrinkage from the sides. It covers the base. Then I wanted to show you I dry brushed this just so you can see the texture on this. So you can sculpt this, right? And it's holding its shape. Obviously, this is still a little bit soft. It hasn't quite cured because it's obviously a little bit thicker. But you can see what you can do with this. And the thicker the gel, so this heavier gel, right, the more you can sculpt it. Right. Now, let's go on to mud. So if you want to make some mud, you got a tank, or, you know, you want to dirty up or whatever. So I mixed this up last night. This is the gel medium. This is the heavy gel. I think this was that. No, I think I used the medium gel. So that was the medium gel. And again, mixed it with burnt umber and a little bit of black. And then to get it to look a little bit more like mud, I'm going to scooch the camera up a little bit so you can actually see this. I mixed in tea leaves. So this is a really, really good flocking material. And all I did was I went and I bought, I think, a box of Lipton tea leaves, you know, something that was really, really cheap. I think a box of it is like a couple of bucks or whatever. Opened up all the packages, threw it all in here. And when I need to make up some mud, I throw it into this stuff. And then also, just to give this a little extra texture, I have some Woodland Scenics rocks, some pumice. I think they're called pumice rocks. Okay. And I mix that in with that. And this is the base that I created out of that. All right, now you can, this is pretty dry. All right, again, only, you know, like I said, roughly 7 hours ago, I made this. You can add more flocking to this. You can add, you know, a little scrub to this. You can paint over this, right? You can change the colors that you mix with it. right? But essentially mud, and it works really, really well. And I mixed into this, I mixed in these stones so that they would be completely covered. They give, actually you can see one of the stones in there, and they give a nice texture and balance and everything else, right? And I did this really quickly. Obviously I would have filled in these spots a little bit better, you know, because so you can see the base below it. I would have done a better job with this, but I was just trying to put a demonstration together for you. Okay, so there's that. Now I'll show you the other thing that I use this stuff for, and I think this is actually kind of neat. For you guys who build ships for your gaming, you can make waves with it. So I took this base and painted it blue. It had been primed black already. Painted it blue. I smeared this one over it. And then while it was still wet, I then took the ship, put this down so I can show you exactly what I did here. Going down. I took the ship and then pushed it through the gel medium. And it started to create the wake. Once this sat and dried, I then dry brushed some white over it just to give the white caps some definition. And it makes a very nice and easy ship base. And I'll show you the other one that I did with this. Here you can see the gel is up on the hull a little bit more. All right, so nice and easy. I fully recommend both of these products for hobbies. This stuff really, really works. And like I said, lasts for a long time. 10 years I've had both of these. The Vallejo and AK stuff, while it might be, you know, the hot thing right now, this stuff is the better buy. So that's all I got for today. I hope everybody's doing well. If you like the video, please comment, hit the thumbs up on it, share it if you feel it's worthy. Thank you to the new subscribers I've picked up over the last week or so. I really do appreciate that. And thank you always to my longtime subscribers. I hope you keep enjoying the material here. And I hope everybody's doing well. Looks like we're starting to come out of the deep freeze. Let's get some more projects working. I can actually go work in the garage and get some more stuff done on the dioramas that I'm working on. So yeah, we'll have some more content over the next week around that stuff too. So I hope everybody's doing well, and I will talk to you all real soon. Bye.